Hi there, I'm Nayantara Rai. On 2nd of December of 2021, we told you how Dunzo was on the prowl to raise $200 to $250 million. And one of the players it was talking to for the same was Reliance Industries. As per script, that's exactly what has been announced with Reliance Retail leading a $240 million investment in Dunzo, which is of course backed by Google and is picking up a 25.8% stake in Dunzo. The co-founder and CEO, Kabeer Biswas, is now exclusively on ET Now to talk about this big deal, what it means for Dunzo, what it means for Reliance Retail, and what it means for the new battleground that we're seeing in Indian retail. Everybody in a rush to get their groceries home in 10 to 20 minutes. Kabeer, thank you so much for giving us this interview here on ET Now. Congratulations, it's a big one. You've got big boy Reliance on board now. You already had the backing of others like Google. How important is this deal for you folks at Dunzo?
It's a massive deal. Let's be honest. I think there are two or three things about this that are very important. I think one, with Reliance Retail on board, I think we now have a long-term partner to be able to build this category out in this country. And secondly, I think with the existing capabilities that they have, I think in multiple cities in the country, we should be able to supercharge our business, not only on the instant grocery side of it, but also our B2B delivery business. Very excited about what the next 24 months holds in this category for us.
So let's go one by one. Now, you have taken a bet on quick commerce. And quick commerce is, of course, the new battleground. It's being talked about as the future of Indian retail. Even the press release has a quote from Isha Ambani herself talking about seeing a change in consumer behavior and wanting goods and services delivered faster. How will you and your new investor, Reliance Retail, roll out quick commerce? You're already doing it in Bengaluru, but the rest of India?
I think some of this is in the works, and I think we'll be able to talk a lot more about this along with them, hopefully over the next quarter's time. But fundamentally, this is about what you call getting daily and weekly essentials to customers quickly. It's a model that I think we have been able to perfect in one city and now plan to roll it out to about 20 odd cities. It makes a bunch of sense to be able to partner with Reliance, who is the biggest retail business in the country, and there is so much to learn from them and their team. And I think of all the interactions that we have had, we have just been glad to be able to learn so much from them. So I think over the next quarter's time, I think we'll be able to talk a lot more about the partnerships, I guess.
So the $240 million, according to the press release, the funding that is, will be used for quick commerce and to establish more warehouses. Now, you've been doing quick commerce primarily in Bengaluru. What is the immediate plan? How many more cities? Which cities?
I think it's the same 10, 15 cities in India, right? So those will be the first ones that we'll get out to, right? And I think rolling them out over the next 6 to 9 months' time is priority. So you will see us roll out to about 10 cities fairly immediately. And then hopefully 15 in the second half of next year. So yeah, about 15 by the end of the year, I think.
The press release says that Dunzo is growing 20% week on week when it comes to Dunzo Daily, which is, of course, your quick commerce brand. I want to ask you, because a lot is also being joked about this, right? Do Indians really need their groceries in 10 to 20 minutes? Are there other things that we need faster? For example, ambulances?
I think there is a thematic shift in consumer behavior where people want stuff faster, right? And it's going to impact every category out there. You expect your barbers to show up at home quickly enough now. You expect items and books to get delivered. You, of course, expect what you call your food to get delivered. Cabs, if they don't show up in 4 minutes' time, I'm guessing we all are angry. And of course, your daily and weekly essentials are going to get delivered immediately. So I think the whole idea of the fact that we all live in a place today where everything can get done instantly and brought to you instantly because of the so much amount of mobile technology available easily to us. I do think it's important to make the economics work, and that's where I think we have been very patient in terms of going ahead and making sure that we get one city perfect, get our what you call unit economics working, get our density working, get the final customer proposition right, and I think so. Our proposition doesn't necessarily rest on pace, and that's not really. We believe it should be quick. But in fact, there was something really funny. I was recently reading from the information where a lot of the global 10-minute delivery players are having to start slowing down to be able to go ahead and actually make money. And so I think we have never been in that category, knowing this for the last couple of years' time. We just want to be able to do the right thing for the customer based upon the data that we are seeing, while making sure that the economics for it work. So yeah, things will get faster, but fundamentally the economics have to work while you are going ahead and making them go faster.
Kabeer, you're saying that you have raised $240 million, which is going to be used for quick commerce, going to be used for mini warehouses to enter new geographies. I'm getting into the other synergies with Reliance Retail later. But on the other hand, look at your other competitors, right? You've got those two 19-year-old Stanford dropouts who are making waves with Zepto. You've got Instamart, which is double downing with $700 million. That's, of course, Swiggy. You've got Zomato via Blinkit, which is doing it. Already invested $100 million in the market for another $500 million. The question want to ask you is that while $240 million is so much money, is it going to be enough, or are we going to see more fundraisers? Is this also maybe a precursor of Reliance increasing its stake in Dunzo?
Wouldn't comment about competition. Will the category? So I think the category's seen some enthusiasm over the last 6 to 8 months' time, based upon what unit economics have started looking globally. In some pockets. And I think the hope is that in India, they'll get replicated in some form or fashion. I do believe the Indian model will be different than what you're seeing globally play out. But I'll be honest, the jury's out on it. People should try, people should innovate. And we'd like to learn. We'd like to be able to learn from folks who are innovating in the space. Can't comment on capital raises, can't comment on where our next capital raises will come from. I'll be honest, Nayantara, there's so much happening in some of these categories right now on a 15-day, 30-day basis that I think we're all learning very quickly. And I think the great thing about all of this is that we are in that iteration cycle where we can rapidly iterate to be able to go ahead and make sure that what we are learning, customers end up seeing that instantly. And that's, I think, the most exciting part of the whole thing. Fundraisers, sure. I think they're a means to an end, finally, a very important means, of course. And as they come along, we'll all know. But yeah, really, I don't think we sit and think about what you call how much money capital, what you call competitions raised. We'd like to be able to learn what people are doing better on customer experiences and see if we can do something better. And every time we see our data improve because of something that we did, we'll go ahead and scale that up. That's really how we'd like to be able to run our business.
Will Dunzo be autonomous?
I think the technology for it exists at this point. I think there is a little bit of a challenge. Sorry, autonomous as in? I thought autonomous deliveries. I'm so sorry. You meant in terms of an independent business?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. So I think one of the biggest things that we spoke about and are excited about with this partnership is we'd love to be able to be a public company over the next 36 to 48 months time. And it's something that we are very excited about all of our investors having signed up for. And we're actually looking forward to it, that hopefully in another 36 months time, I can come and tell you that we want to be a public company soon. So yeah, that's a very, very large part of us going ahead and making some of the choices that we are.
Tell me something, when you say that Dunzo will remain autonomous, is going to go public, you said you never struggled to earn money, but right now, it's been a cash guzzler, right? And quick commerce is also turning out to be a cash guzzler, with the jury being out if it can indeed ever be profitable, or is it just going to be about, burning money of venture capitalists, private equity, hedge funds? Can it truly be profitable? 10 minutes, deliver so many SKUs?
So we don't promise 10 minutes. So I don't know whether I can answer that question to you. We are being, we have gone ahead and been able to find a lot of...
19 minutes. Sorry,
There's a
19 minutes. Sorry, Dunzo's 19 minutes. Dunzo's 19 minutes. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I think there's a lag, which is why I think there is this, right? So at our end, I think some of the things that we focus upon, Nayantara, is our gross margins and density. So we have been able to drive a lot of density in some of our stores, which we are very, very happy with. So there are some of these warehouses that are starting to run close to 3,000 orders a day. Right. At that rate of what you call inventory turnover and order movement, we have enough density that we believe that being able to turn them profitable is something that we are actually very, very close to. But it is a density game. We do believe that not every part of the country is going to be able to have that much density for us to be able to go ahead and offer even 19 minutes. So we have actually been very practical about it. We offer in the city of Bangalore, I think for about 70% of coverage area, we offer 19 minutes. And then beyond that, we offer 30 minutes. We also on checkout are very honest about it. If you want instant delivery, we will charge you for a delivery charge. And if you want it for free, then we will deliver it to you slightly later. And we believe that that's the right Indian model for us to be able to make money. And actually, we are very close to being able to break even. So we do believe that the model that we have is taking what quick commerce would look like in India and actually figure out a way to be able to make money from it. But yeah, we are open to learning from other people if they are seeing something that we aren't.
What is the average order size when we talk about quick commerce for Dunzo? And what are the most ordered items? Is it like, if I'm cooking and I forget milk, dahi, is it vegetables? You tell us, what is it?
So then I think one of the things about this business is we have been doing this for a while. We just were we're running it off a marketplace, then figured that there were some SKUs that were better placed out of a online first facility, partnered with our merchants to be able to set up these online first facilities. So the SKUs that were being bought about a year back are fairly similar in nature. At the top end, you go ahead and see what you call a lot of fresh being bought by customers. You also go ahead and see what you call top-up categories or staples. You also go ahead and see wellness products being bought by customers. So those haven't changed. What has changed though fundamentally is that we have been able to find enough density in geographies that you are able to go ahead and run controlled online-only locations that allows for a better customer experience to start playing out than what a marketplace would look like. So no, I think that's really, you're seeing fresh, you're seeing top-up staples, you're seeing wellness products, that people are constantly buying repeatedly. The good thing about it is, I think frequency from customers comes in at about 2.5, 3 times a week. And that actually represents what the organic frequency of buying locally also is. And so that's great to see, because what that means is you've fundamentally shifted customer behavior to being online first, rather than it just being an occasional use case. In terms of average order values, based upon geographies, can be anywhere from 350 to 420 rupees.
₹350 to ₹420 is the average order. Good to hear. You didn't tell me which items were the most popular. You just said it's similar to last year. But Kabeer, tell me something. I've got to ask you this one question. With more than 40 unicorns minted last year, there was all this conversation, why isn't Dunzo a unicorn yet? Then there were conversations, has Dunzo been in the market? And then boom, bam, there comes this big deal with Reliance Retail picking up 25.8% stake. What happened? And now are you a unicorn?
We actually don't really think about valuations as much, Nayantara, and we won't be talking about it with this fundraise also. We'll hopefully not talk about our valuations even with the next fundraise.
And Kabeer, now I want to come to 2 lines that were in the press release, that Dunzo is going to help facilitate Reliance Retail's last mile deliveries and also help in hyper-local logistics. Tell us more.
So I think there are what you call lots of infrastructural assets that Reliance Retail has, and I think we have a couple of experiments going where we have a logistics network, right? And the logistics network can now go ahead and carry a lot of traffic that already exists from the network that Reliance Retail has. I think some of these are still preliminary, and we're still figuring out as to how we can go ahead and scale them up. But the logistics network has always been, and I think we spoke about this last time when we met, where a large part of our business is now also a B2B business, which means that literally anybody can go ahead and integrate logistics into their workflow. And that we are very excited about, saying that, hey, we are able to work with Reliance closely on that going forward. And that allows us to go ahead and start having a denser logistics network in hopefully every city in the country. Again, early experiments, and we are very excited about going ahead and taking these live and scaling them with them. But I think there are conversations that are on where hopefully orders that are being generated on online what you call portals on the retail platform or in their offline locations from an omni-channel perspective, all of them can actually some of them can go ahead and what you call move to the Dunzo network, which is fairly what you call densely available in most cities.
So therefore, there would be obvious integration, forward, backward, sideways, vertical, whatever you want to say with JioMart.
As soon as they happen, we'll come talk to you about it. But yeah, the idea is to be able to work closely in a partnership. Yes.
Okay, Kabeer. Okay, I'll make this the final question. You said, the same obvious 10 to 15 cities is where you're going to go. Bengaluru, you've done, you've always taken pride in starting quick commerce. I will say that you did that during the lockdown, talking about 19 minutes, even before the others were. Which will be the first city outside of Bengaluru? Is it going to be Bombay? Is it going to be Delhi? Is it going to be another one?
Anyway, that's a straightforward one. There's a race between Pune and Chennai on right now.
Okay, so race between Pune and Chennai. Kabeer Biswas, it's a big, big day for all you folks. You've got Reliance Retail on board, 25.8% stake. Is Isha Ambani joining the board? I'm only asking because her quote was in the press release.
We are actually not sure. We're waiting for who will join the board. No, we're just very excited at being able to work with the team. It is the biggest retailer in the country. I think every conversation has been meaningful in a fashion that I've learned something from the business. So no, really looking forward to all the things that we can do together, and very excited about what happens over the next 18 to 24 months.
And with that, we wish you and the entire team at Dunzo all the very best and a Happy New Year.
Thank you so much for having us, and Happy New Year to everybody at ET Now and you.